This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. For years, acquiring a Rolex from an authorized dealer or AD has been an exercise in patience and perseverance. The iconic timepieces, particularly sought after professional models like the Submariner and Daytona, have become near mythical, commanding waitlists and fetching hefty premiums on the gray market. But whispers of change are stirring in the watch world. Has the tide begun to turn, making the once impossible dream of owning a Rolex from an AD a touch more attainable? In this video presented by the luxury world, we will explore the current landscape of Rolex acquisition, exploring the ongoing struggle between high demand and limited supply, the potential shift in the market, and strategies for navigating the relationship with authorized dealers. If you have not subscribed to our channel, we encourage you to do so to stay informed about our upcoming videos. For a long time, obtaining a Rolex watch has been associated with exclusivity, often involving navigating through a complicated system of authorized dealers, waitlists, and sometimes limited availability. Is 2024 the year when this might change? Is the process of buying a Rolex from an authorized dealer becoming simpler? The accessibility of Rolex watches has sparked considerable debate, particularly in recent times. Various perspectives from fellow watch enthusiasts and unauthorized dealers have emerged, shedding light on which models are easily accessible and discussing the pros and cons of buying from an authorized dealer versus the gray market. Interestingly, some of the less popular models, especially those crafted from precious metals, appear to be more readily available for both Rolex authorized dealers and gray market channels, often at prices below retail. This evolving situation raises the question of whether opting for a gray market dealer might present a more economical choice for acquiring these Rolex models compared to purchasing from an authorized dealer. The scarcity witnessed in recent years, characterized by limited offerings from Rolex authorized dealers, has now evolved into a scenario of restricted availability for specific models. Several factors contribute to this change, including the impact of COVID-19, inflation, and the substantial rise in the Asian middle-income demographic. This demographic surge has generated increased demand, resulting in a more intricate and variable landscape regarding the availability of Rolex timepieces. The growth was significantly hastened by the influence of COVID-19, which acted as a catalyst for the overall expansion. Up until approximately 2022, there was a discernible surge in this market, propelled by multiple factors. However, in early 2022, a notable transformation occurred, reshaping people's views concerning the trajectory of watch prices. It was not exactly a burst bubble or a sudden crash, but rather a substantial shift in the trend of watch prices. This shift was partly instigated by a downturn in the cryptocurrency market, causing individuals to incur significant losses overnight. The repercussions of the cryptocurrency crash resulted in considerable financial setbacks for individuals, diminishing their capacity to invest in watches. As a result, watches became less attractive as an investment avenue. This change led to a notable decline in the popularity and, consequently, the pricing of many Rolex models in the secondary market, although not all, but a massive portion. Over the past year or so, this decline has stabilized, contributing to a shift in watch prices. We aim to provide a note of caution regarding the escalating sense of excitement surrounding the accessibility of Rolex watches. This growing trend has started to concern numerous watch enthusiasts, especially as it spreads across various online platforms. While it is undeniable that obtaining models such as the Daytona, Submariner, or GMT Master II can pose challenges, it is essential to address some of the exaggerated assertions and enthusiasm circulating on the internet. Amidst the rising sentiments, particularly when pursuing specific models like two-tone, solid gold, precious metal, or less popular configurations of the datejust, it is imperative to maintain a rational perspective. Despite claims of a market downturn and the perceived necessity for authorized dealers to ramp up efforts to draw in customers, the reality is quite different, particularly regarding steel sports models. Obtaining a steel Submariner, GMT Master II, or even a Daytona is highly unlikely without fulfilling prerequisites such as maintaining a consistent purchasing record. While occasional exceptions may arise, where individuals acquire these watches without a prior spending history, such occurrences are rare and usually involve specific conditions or circumstances. Aside from the reports of certain attractive models being available through authorized dealers, it is crucial to maintain a realistic outlook. However, acquiring sports models, particularly the Daytona, as well as variations of the Submariner and GMT Master II in oyster steel, remains an intimidating challenge. Substantial purchase histories and consistent significant spending over extended periods are often prerequisites for obtaining these highly coveted models, regardless of shifting circumstances. Therefore, Do not expect authorized dealers to eagerly offer you a Rolex Submariner or Daytona. The demand for these watches far exceeds the supply, and this trend is expected to persist. Rolex has no intention of making sought-after models like the Submariner readily accessible for just anyone to purchase. Despite the widespread excitement about availability, we strongly advocate for maintaining a realistic perspective. The demand for sought-after models like the Submariner and Daytona consistently outstrips supply, and Rolex shows no inclination to make them more accessible. We believe that following the recommended steps could potentially reduce wait times for steel sports models. Additionally, exploring the secondary market, particularly through reputable gray market dealers, could offer a viable alternative for those unwilling to endure long waits. We will outline some key strategies for acquiring Rolex watches with ease and without the frustration or fear of losing hope of obtaining your desired timepiece. Firstly, consistent face-to-face interaction is crucial. If you have been added to a list without a spending history, it is advisable to engage regularly with the authorized dealer, building a rapport by discussing several topics during your visits. Secondly, authenticity is important. Rather than planning conversations in advance, we advocate for being genuine and spontaneous during interactions with the authorized dealer. This approach involves staying true to yourself, discussing shared interests, and fostering a genuine connection. These steps, combined with maintaining a consistent spending history, increase the likelihood of acquiring a steel sports Rolex. It is crucial to resist being swayed by hype and excitement, as we emphasize the importance of relying on intuition and discernment. While we acknowledge the challenges in obtaining certain Rolex models, we caution against holding unrealistic expectations, urging everyone to persevere, especially if they are on waiting lists. The initial excitement surrounding certain models seems to be fading, potentially leading to shorter wait lists. Establishing a genuine connection with your authorized dealers and demonstrating genuine enthusiasm for the brand could also work in your favor. Additionally, some less popular models might be readily available. However, highly sought-after models like the Daytona and Submariner still face significant wait lists and scarcity. It is important to remember that authorized dealers have considerable discretion, so consistency is not guaranteed. The initial fervor for some models might be subsiding, and less popular options might be available without extensive waiting. The gray market offers instant gratification, but with inflated prices and a risk of counterfeits. Overall, patience, strategy, and a dash of luck are still your best allies. The specific model you desire and your location significantly impact the difficulty. Research your Rolex of choice, connect with your local AD, and be prepared to wait for your chance to own a piece of watchmaking history. We're looking forward to you having acquired valuable insights and perspectives to assist you in your endeavor to obtain a steel sports Rolex. Remember, essential steps include maintaining a purchasing record, engaging in regular in-person communication with your authorized dealer, and staying true to yourself during interactions. Despite the prevailing excitement, it is crucial to approach the pursuit of a Rolex with a pragmatic and grounded mindset. What are your thoughts on the topic we shared in this video? We would like to see your answers and opinions in the comments section. Remember to follow us too and give us a thumbs up. Once again, this is the Luxury World, and we look forward to seeing you again in our future videos.